wish to love, know the secret of us. Don't hurry my love, nothing good gets away. Satyam jnanam anantam brahma, satyam jnanam anantam brahma, satyam jnanam anantam brahma, satyam jnanam anantam brahma. Wow, suparna sayusha sakaya samanam vriksham parishvasvajati tayoranya pippalam swadmatya nashnananyo abhijakashiti. Om Shiva Shri Shakti Shivoham Shaktyoham.
Om Shanti. We were seeing two birds. One bird is sitting at the top. Another on the lower branches of the tree. The lower bird is suffering. The higher bird is undisturbed. And as the lower bird climbs up and up, it reaches a stage and it realizes that the upper bird is none but me. The lower bird was just the reflection of the upper bird. This is higher consciousness. This is lower consciousness. When we are at the low level of consciousness, we suffer. And most of our pain and suffering is self-induced. Nobody makes me suffer. I am on the path of self-destruction. I create my own destruction. None is to be blamed. My thoughts create events. My sanskars are my greatest stumbling blocks in my journey towards higher consciousness. My own innate nature or sanskar have become my greatest enemies. I see faults in others, in situations, in various scenes of the drama, because I have not tasted this higher consciousness for a long period of time. In between I get a glimpse of this higher consciousness, again I get lost. There is a perpetual stage of forgetfulness. There are few moments of remembrance. Otherwise, most of the time, it is total oblivion. This oblivion, this forgetfulness makes me suffer because I become the lower bird. Sometimes it tastes sweet fruit, it is happy. Sometimes it tastes the bitter one and it is unhappy. It is not the fruit that is making me happy or unhappy. It is my internal nature or sanskar, my perception, which is responsible for such fluctuations, for such restlessness, for such aimlessness, for such disturbed mind, which is not calm at one moment at all, even one moment. Yes, sometimes I do get peace. But that peace is temporary. That peace is arising from the outside source. People come to Madhuban and they say that we are feeling very peaceful. People come to Madhuban and they say that here we have experiences of bodilessness very easily. Madhuban is such a peaceful, calm place. But that peace and that calm belongs to Madhuban, not to you. Your restlessness, for the time being, has been calmed down. But the moment you go out, again the same restlessness, again the same aimlessness, again the same restive mind, again the same disturbances. Because I am operating at lower level of consciousness. The entire task of spirituality is to raise your consciousness. The entire task of spirituality is to stay in that higher stage of consciousness, not just at Amrit Vela. At Amrit Vela the stage is very good, but that is given to you by Amrit Vela. The moment you move into the day, you are lost in the hustle and bustle. So, a deeper understanding is needed to stay in that stage of higher consciousness. And one of the easiest tool, easiest method to enter into the stage of higher consciousness is love of God, the love divine. We have tasted human love, which is so temporary, which is filled with anguish, heart pains, heartaches, unfulfilled expectations. This is the divine message channeled on 9th December 2012. Baba is talking with ORC group, and as usual Baba is welcoming Dadi, praising, and there is something very beautiful here. Baba emerged many souls in the subtle world. This is the play in the subtle world. As we discussed earlier yesterday, the gross world, the subtle world, the subtlest world. If you want to enter into that angelic world, you cannot enter with your gross consciousness, with your gross body. Your grossness should fall down. Then you can enter this subtle world and understand subtle things. Because angelic beings, angels are those who do not have gross body, who do not have the weaknesses of those sanskars. They are beings of light. They don't eat nor drink. They don't need gross sustenance. To have that feeling of lightness here on this planet makes you eligible to enter into this subtle world. And the play goes on in the subtle world. And this is a very divine play, a divine romance that's happening there all the time. So Baba is saying, बाबा एक एक को अपनी दृष्टि में समाते इतना प्यार दे रहे थे, जो हर एक के दिल से यही शब्द निकल रहे थे कि इतना प्यार करेगा कौन। फिर तो बाप दादा ने यही कहा कि हर एक बच्चे को इस धरनी से ऐसे छिपे हुए लाल निकालने हैं जो आपके साथी बन विशेष सेवा में निमित्त बने। एक एक को अपनी दृष्टि में समाते। Baba's drishti is extremely powerful. And everybody is just singing one line. Which is that line? Who would love us so much? इतना प्यार करेगा कौन? So this divine love is the foundation of higher consciousness. When you fill your soul with that divine love till the brim, higher consciousness is the result. And in the stages of higher consciousness, there is no guilt, there is no disturbance, there is no fluctuations. The mood remains stable throughout the day. You sleep, and there is no feeling of repentance. The penitent spirit is gone. Heart is filled with joy. You get up, and as if some divine force is waking you up. And the body is filled with light, and the mind is filled with light. Angels are those who never get tired. How many times we hear throughout the day people coming and saying, what is the problem? They say, we feel tired. So much work, so much seva. It is not the seva that tires you. It is not the physical work that tires you. It is the psychic debris. Psychic debris, which is accumulated. The psychic sewage, the psychic garbage, which is accumulated in the consciousness that is making you tired. Otherwise, there is no need of becoming tired. It is the wrong food that is entering the system that is making you tired. It is a low vibrational food which you are consuming that is making you tired. I just wonder, when people say that we are feeling exhausted, we feel weakness. What is the reason of weakness? There is no reason. All blood tests and reports and everything is okay. But there is an extreme weakness. Young people coming and complaining of extreme weaknesses. That is not physical weakness at all. That is psychological lassitude. That is slipping into lower consciousness. And the highest form of consciousness is when you're filled with love of God. But everybody says that we are already filled with love of God. Too much. There is no denial to that. And yet, you know one very beautiful thing about higher consciousness never negates lower consciousness. Higher consciousness has no hatred for the lower consciousness. Higher consciousness is so natural. Higher consciousness is like flight of the bird. Higher consciousness is like the rains coming down from heaven. Higher consciousness is like the songs of the bird. So Baba is saying, children are saying to Baba, Baba, who would love us so much? Itna pyar karega kaun? Who would love us so much? We do so many things for him. What Baba does for us? Have you thought of this? How he is loving us? How does he love us? One of the method is divine guidance. He gives us, provides us divine guidance. In the moments of turmoil, in the moments of confusion. But in those moments, we move away from him and we use our own intellect and logics and reasonings to crack the problem. Forgetting that he is the answer of all the problems of the world. He is the ocean of answers. God is ocean of answers. And he knows you more than you yourself know yourself. That's why in all the Avyakta Murlis, But a higher conscious, he talks in such tune. You are this, you are that, you are that. You're just sitting and looking, oh, am I so? It doesn't look like. So he provides us divine guidance. He provides us canopy of protection. Even we do not know so many times. Suddenly he gives us that protection, the divine shield, the protective shield. There are so many, we are getting affected by so many people. Every person who is thinking of me is sending me some of his vibration. Some person, we do not know why these things are happening in my life, why I am so disturbed, even though the people around me are so caring and loving. And yet my stage is not powerful because there are people around the globe who are sending some dark energies to me. Not just of this birth, maybe of previous births. I did hurt somebody in my last birth. That soul is still here on this planet, somewhere. Hurt. With that trauma. And suddenly that soul comes in front of me one day, in a new garb. I have not done anything wrong to him, and that soul has got such a deep hatred for me. Why? I don't understand. Why somebody has got such a deep jealousy for me? I don't understand. Why somebody has got such a deep grudge? These are the karmic accounts of previous births. So I am here, this is my family, or my department, or the place where I stay. Few people, they all love me, and yet I am disturbed. Because across the globe there are so many unknown souls who are out there sending negative, dark energies to me, dark vibrations to me. And they are also affecting me. That is why I need an protective cover. In psychology, it is known as sweeping. You know sweeping? All meditation masters, they practice sweeping. What is sweeping? Yeah, cleaning. You have to clean. Suppose I am sitting here and I am coming in contact with 10 people. After going from this place, I have to clean. Like this. This is known as cleaning, sweeping, and throw it. Imagine there is a box and there is a fire in it. Now start cleaning. Clean yourself. Because I have already got affected. I have to clean myself from the negative energies of people. But the best method of cleaning is love of God. So, He provides me canopy. Third, what He does? He makes me shower in the rain of His bliss. He gives me a swing of Ati Indriya Sukh, super sensuous happiness. Senses don't give me that happiness. There are only two things that pull the soul down, or pleasures: food and sex. They pull you down. They reduce your vibrations. The moment you indulge in these two, and they take you away from God. And they operate in a similar manner. The same urges, the same yearning, the same longing, the same thirst, the same addiction, the same habit. This is acceptable, this is not acceptable. And yet, people get rid of this, but they are drowned in this and are lost. So Baba gives you divine shield, He gives you canopy, He bathes you in that shower, He makes you sit on His heart throne, Dil Takht. He makes you sit in His eyes, Noor. He makes you sit here on His forehead, Mastak Mani. In sitting in? It is actually a metaphorical language. Baba says, you are sitting, you are my dil tak, you are sitting, you are mastak mani, you are here in my eyes. These are all metaphorical language, poetic language. God is the greatest poet on this planet. On this planet or beyond this planet. Nobody can be compared. His Murli is in fact a poetry. Murli is not prose but a poem. Murli is not Gadya. It is Padya. Murli is not about essay. Murli is not about a paragraph. It's a poetry. So, how a poet talks? Poet never talks in these languages. He talks in divine language. He talks in allegories. He talks in figurative speech. So he says, you are sitting in my eyes. Just as there is a saying, you are the apple of my eyes. Means you are very dear to me. You are extremely beloved of mine. I don't love anybody more than I love you. You are my dearest. You are my highest. You are my purest children. So, He does that for us. What else? He provides us helping hand. When everybody lives, He is the one who helps you. And His help is so hidden, so incognito, so invisible, that we do not realize so many times that He has helped me. There was a danger out there and He has come and suddenly He protected me. Even I am not aware. So many times throughout the day He is helping me. So many times. And I am not aware of it. But His help, I have to understand. His divine help. His divine guidance. His divine touchings. He is the one who gives me touching. He touches my core. But why is it that when I need touching, He doesn't give, and when I don't need, suddenly a touching comes? Touching will come to you when you are not after touching. When the desire for touching goes away, then the touching comes. Touchings from God are like butterflies. You run after the butterfly and the butterfly goes away. You just sit in meditation, the butterfly comes and sits on your shoulder. In the similar manner. Don't keep on asking, Baba, give me this, give me that, this is my problem and that is my problem and this is happening and that is happening, what should I do? 80% of our meditation is just about narration, complaints, storytelling. Baba already knows your story. He knows not just this life, but He knows all the births. And yet you keep on telling Him. You don't give Him a chance to speak to you. Stop your clatter. Just stop and let Him speak and listen to Him. What He speaks, what He says, what He has to say. And He will provide you. He will give you something which is unthinkable, which you never even understood before. God is the ocean of divine intelligence. Don't forget that. He is the smartest guy in the whole universe. He knows something which you do not know. So when you sit in front of that ocean of intelligence, supreme intelligence, just surrender. Sit with that plain intellect. I do not know anything. Now you decide. You tell me what to do, what not to do. What else God does for you? Yes? Yeah? Everything, in that everything what? He does everything, that's good. Huh? He listens to you. He cares for you. He is the helping hand and He is the healing touch. He gives you healing touch. So, you can practice a drill. Whenever you are sick, not feeling well, just go to the subtle world and keep your hands like this. And let Baba keep his hand on both of your hands. And feel that touch. The divine energy flowing into the system. The dark energy is going away. The negative energy is going away. You know, whenever we are sick, we are sitting in two bodies. This is the soul, this is the gross body, and this is the angelic body, the subtle body, Sukshma Sharir. Whenever we are sick, that Sukshma Sharir, that subtle body, suffers from something which is known as etheric patch. Suppose I have a pain in my shoulder. Here, I am having severe pain. We go to the doctors and the doctors give us painkillers. The painkillers are operating at the gross body. But the disease is in the subtle body. So why not begin the treatment at the subtle body area? That is known as energy medicine. This is a new branch, energy medicine, energy healing. So let's begin the healing at the subtle level. So feel that Baba has kept his hand on my hands and the energy is flowing and getting directed to this shoulder. His divine energies. People use 5 elements to heal themselves. We are using the highest supreme power. So his divine energy is coming through my hand and going through this shoulder. And that patch is getting healed. And now I am feeling okay. Once the subtle body is healed, the gross body, the gross disease will go away. The healing should happen at the subtle body. So Baba is the divine healer. He provides you with healing. He is the divine surgeon. He is the spiritual guide, coach, teacher. You know, one of the best relations to have with Baba is guide. He is my guide. He provides me guidance. I am not understanding what to do now. Somebody has spoken wrongly about me. What should I do? Should I answer back or sit calm? Ask him. So, today's homework is this. Itna pyar karega kaun? Fill yourself with God so much to the extent that when in the evening you will have Baba Milan, it will be a divine union, a divine romance, a love affair with the greatest lover of this world, beloved of this world. A woman comes and starts rubbing a very costly perfume on the feet of Jesus Christ. And Judas says, what is the use? Best would be to go and sell this perfume, get money and distribute among poor. Rather than wasting this in massaging his feet, Jesus says, let her do what she is doing. Because once the bridegroom is gone, he will not come back again. The poor would be there, but I will not be there again. I have come now. Baba says, I have come now. So do what I tell you. Once I am gone, so he is coming today. So when you sit in front of him, sit with a plain intellect, with an empty heart. Imagine when you sit in front of Baba, imagine this is me and this is my heart. It is empty, nothing is there. And when he comes, his rays are getting filled with it. Imagine color rays are coming. Red, blue, green, different color rays are coming and filling this heart with divine love. Om Shanti.